Let's pay homage to the Buddha by reciting Namo Tassa 3 times. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Yoga Bhagavati Abhivaṃsa Kalangarundo Didukarani Khedangato Loka Hidaya Natho Namo Mahakarunikata Tata Yo Natho Vinaya Myaswa Tattva Ichanta Siva Lula Dhamda Kumāraṃ Khataphin Natha Minya Jinshinno Myabhyati Kabakoti Hibikare Kaba Yitwe Tincha Duphin Doli Abameya Yitwe Dainda Phobya Jin Hamson Mato Kalan Le Tinche Tinikaba Sijato Kalapalo Adito Kara Nyosa Chile Enga Metta Chima Tamita Ne Tethasani Sunjinjihu Chetita Wenga Dwesu Alon Kayindo Murugo Karondo Pyapiya Yitan Joko Atuto Muyati Piwe Kiran Leche Mielo Ate Song Baye Long Sewan Kuroi Pimagindo Kato Wadandan Jimpan Yazwa Yokto Muge Ashadevi Makaru Nikata Dawamya Iweta Kedu Tanachakin Makru Nashin Jitomudo Tata Natata Vinaya Myaswa Tatawai Chanda Siva Lula Dhamda Kumāraṃ Khataphin Natha Minya Tushino Myabhya Namo Yude Pyam Yo Mangulyo Yue Karo Yujo Shibo Jindi Atu Bawadu Sinzen Betwe Pipasi Tati Understand? I am waiting for your translation. Okay. You can find this stanza in the introduction of Parajika Kanda Athagara. But translated into the Myanmar was translation by Venerable Dhammacariya. Okay, he composed in Myanmar. So today I would like to talk about Devadutasutta of Uparipanasa Majjhima Nikaya. Actually, we haven't finished the Mangala Sutta, but later maybe I would like to continue to talk the Mangala Sutta. Now I would like to discuss about the Devadutasutta. No? Have you read the Devadutasutta before? Some may know, some may not know. Okay. When the Buddha was in the Jetavana monastery, he taught this sutta. He explained the simile first. The Buddha explained the simile first. There's a man who stands between two houses. Then his eye is very good eye. His eyesight is very good. Then what will happen? He can see the people who stay in these two houses. When they are standing also, he can clearly see. While they are walking also, he can clearly see. Whatever action they do, they can see. He can see what they are doing. In the same way, the Buddha also, can see both Sukati, good runs, and Dukkati, bad runs, bad walls. Okay? Sukati and Dukkati. Sukati is the wall. Good wall. The Sukati. If you accumulate kusala karma on the dissolution of your body after death, you will be reborn in the Sukati realms. You can be reborn in the Sukati world, God realm, heavenly world. If you do akusala karma on the dissolution of your body after death, you will be reborn in the Dukkati realm, bad realm. Okay? Bad world. Buddha also see these two types of beings. Some people, they accumulate unwholesome karma, akusala karma, by body, speech and mind. Then after death, what will happen? They will fall into the Bhikkhu stage. They will fall into the Bhikkhu state. Some people, they do kusala karma by, body, speech and mind. They will also die one day. After death, they were reborn in the Sukati realm. Some people, in the world there are two types of people. There were some people accused noble persons. Accused noble person, we call Ariyupavada. Then, if they accuse the noble persons, after death, they will surely fall into the Bhikkhu states because of Ariyupavada karma. The Buddha see this type of person also. Some people, they never accused the noble persons. Then, because of this kusala karma, they will not fall into the fourfold state. They will reborn. They will be reborn in the God realms. Okay, the Buddha clearly see these two types of persons. Here, this is in this Devadutasutta, the Buddha wanted to explain about Devaduta, the divine messengers. Devaduta, Devaduta means messengers, divine messengers. Okay, so if you accumulate akusala karma, what will happen? You do panatipada, okay? You do adena dana, you do sensual misconduct, you are lying, you are taking intoxicant, etc. Then, after death, what will happen? You will fall into the fourfold stage, okay? Especially in the hell. Okay? Those who accumulated akusala karma, they will fall into the fourfold states. They will fall into the hell, niraya. At that time, according to this sutta, the guardians of hell, maybe also wardens or the hell, wardens. The guardian, Nirya Bala, the wardens of the hell, maybe guardians of the hell. They will send this person to the king of hell. Who is king of the hell? They know because of he is their friend. Yama. Who? Yama. The king of the hell is Yama. Okay? Then the guardians of the hell, the wardens of the hell will send this person to the king Yama. At the time, the king Yama investigate him. How to investigate? Oh man, did you see the first divine messenger in the human world? Okay? Did you see the first divine messenger in the human world? At the time, what did he answer? I didn't see. I didn't. He answered. Why? Maybe the hell beings, the hell beings, the ones who fall into the hell. He doesn't understand about his questions. Did you see the first divine messengers? Then I didn't. Why? Then the king Yama understands. He doesn't understand my questions. Then he continued to ask. Did you see a baby who was lying on his own feces and urine? When you were in the human world? Okay, the king of Myanmar asked this person these questions. At the time, maybe he understand what does he mean. You know, I saw this person in the human world. He answered. Okay, I would like to ask you, do you see the baby who is reliant on his own feces and urines in this human world? Nobody answers. The baby, if you have baby, you may see. You know, they always lying on their lying, you know, lying on their own feces and urines. Can you see? Do you see this baby? Do you see a child? A child. Okay. This is the first divine messenger. When the Yama asked this question, then he answered, "Oh, I saw a baby who was relying on his own feces and urine." At the time, did you reflect on this? I will also okay, in this case, we need to explain about the Patama Devadutasutta, baby. You know, the baby, he is lying on his own feces and urine. At that time, he cannot say anything because he is only a child. Please help me, my body is very dirty with my own feces and urine. I would like to take bath. Can he say? No, he cannot say it. I had my own hands and legs, but he cannot go. He cannot use his hands and legs. Only he just lying on his own feces and urine. You know, why it happened? Because of Jati Dhamma. You know, Jati is birth. B-I-R-T is birth. Okay? Jati Dhamma. Actually, this baby shows you to reflect on the sense of urgency. If you cannot attain Nibbana, you will also experience this birth. You will be reborn as human beings again. At the time, you cannot apply from this situation. You will sleep, okay? You will have to sleep on your head, your own feces and urine again. The baby show you. Then, the king Yama asked this person, did you saw the baby in the human world? Yes, I saw. Did you reflect on the suffering of birth? Then I didn't reflect on the suffering of birth. I was forgetful. I was heedless. I was negligent. Understand? Then, at the time, what happened? After that, the king of Yama continued to ask second divine messengers. You know, Dutiyan Devadutasutta Saminu Yongjetawa, okay, Pataman Devadutasutta Saminu Yongjetawa, Dutiyan Devadutasutta Saminu Yongjeti. After questioning the first divine messenger, he continued to ask the second divine messengers, Devaduta. Okay. When you are a human being, when you were a human being, okay, did you reflect on the second divine messengers, second Devaduta? Then he don't understand. Then he answer, I didn't see the second divine messengers. Because he doesn't understand his questions. Then the King Yama understand, he didn't understand my questions. Because his question is very short and very, how do you call? He asked only in brief. Then maybe he asked, did you see the old man? You know, did you see the old man and old woman in the human world? Then he answered, oh, I saw old man and old woman in the human world. Okay, when you see this old man and old woman, did you reflect on that agent? Okay, did you reflect on that old agent? You know, when you are old, for example, 80 years old age, 90 years old age, 100 years old age. At that time, what happened? You cannot move quickly, you cannot go quickly. Sometimes you need to use the walking sticks for walking. Sometimes, okay, you need to ask other people to help, to go here and there. Also, your teeth broken, okay? Then your teeth are broken. Okay, this old people's teeth are broken. Then what will happen? His hair become grey color. Okay, become white color. This is old people's situation. Then the Yama asks this person, when you see this old people in the human world, did you reflect on this suffering of agents? Then I didn't reflect on the suffering of agents. I was heedless. I was negligent. Okay? I was forgetful. Then At the time what happened? Okay, this is the second messenger, no? Deva messenger. Deva sent this messenger to you. Deva sent this messenger to the human world. Okay? To reflect on the suffering of agents, suffering of birth, suffering of agents. Okay, even though the king of Yama asked this to Devaduta, okay, he didn't reflect on this suffering of birth and suffering of agents. He was forgetful, okay? He was heedless. Then what happened? The king of Yamas continued to ask this person. Continued to ask, did you see the third divine messengers in the human world? Then he doesn't understand. I didn't. So what is the third messenger? Devaduta? Okay, 6%. Okay, 6%. Then the Yama king continued to ask, did you see the 6% in the human world? Then he understands, I saw the 6% in the human world. When you saw this 6%, did you reflect on the suffering or sickness? Then he answered, I didn't. I was forgetful, I was negligent, I was heedless. Then what happened? Okay, we need to describe the suffering or sickness, 6%. Okay? According to the commentary explanation. When you are sick, what will happen? Okay, the 6% shows when I was young, I can also go quickly like you. Okay, I can also do anything like you. But, okay, when he is sick, maybe nearly dying, at that time what happened? Even though he have hands and legs, he cannot do everything. Okay? He cannot go. Here and there. Why he experienced this sufferings? Because of he cannot avoid from sickness, jara, Bhante, no? He cannot avoid from Bhante, the suffering of sickness. That's why he experienced these sufferings. In the same way, you also will experience this suffering or sickness if you cannot realize Nibbana. Okay? You will also experience this suffering or sickness. Okay, the 6% show this Dhamma. That's why the 6% is called Devadutasutta. But this person, when he was a human being, he didn't reflect on the suffering or sickness. This one, what happened? He fall into the focus. He fall into the hell. After that, okay, the King Yama continued to ask another question. What is another question? Did you see the post Devadutasutta? Then I didn't. Maybe he doesn't understand about this question. Then the King Yama continued to explain. Did you see karma karana, the offenders? Did you see the offenders or the prisoner? One who are in the prisons. Okay, who is in the prisons? If someone committed one fault, he committed one offense, then what will happen? The police will catch him, then sent into the jail, put into the prisons. After that, what will happen? According to his karma, according to his offenses, he will experience suffering in the jail, in the prisons. In the prison, if someone steals others' property, what will happen? The police will catch him, then put into the jail. Then they will torture this person according to his stealing. He cannot do anything. So Yama asked this person, did you see offenders in the human world? Then, I saw this offender in the human world. He answered. After that, the King Yama continued to ask, did you reflect on the suffering of offenders? Suffering of offenders. Then what did Yama answer? I didn't reflect on the suffering of offenders. I was pitiful, I was pitiless, I was negligent in the human world. Then he continued to ask the fifth Devadutasutta messengers, divine messengers. What is the Panchama Devadutasutta, fifth divine messengers? Dead persons. Okay? Dead persons. Okay. He asks, did you see the fifth Devadutasutta in the human world? I didn't. Maybe according to commentary explanation, he has only using Devadutasutta. That's why maybe this person may not understand. This is why he asks another question. Did you see dead person in the human world? Then I saw this person in the human world. When he answered, the Yama continued to ask, did you reflect on the suffering or death? When you were a human being, then he answered, I didn't reflect on the suffering or death. I was negligent. I was heedless. I was forgetful. How many messengers? How many Devadutas? 5 Devadutas. You know, the dead persons, you may also see some person, okay, only newly die. Only today die. Then the person, maybe he died before, maybe a few days ago. You may see some dead person was died maybe a few weeks ago, etc. If you cannot put this dead body in the hospital and the cemetery, what will happen? This body will become decomposed. This body will become decomposed, especially in the countryside. You know, there's no medicine to ingest, not to decompose. So after a few days, this body will become decomposed. Did you see this type of dead person, this body? Huh? Nobody answered. Okay, the king of Yama also asked this person, did you see the dead persons when you were a human being in the human world? Then he answered, I saw this dead person. When you see this person, did you reflect on the suffering or death? Then he answered, I didn't. After that, the king of Yama keep quiet. Okay, he said nothing. After that, when he keep quiet, you know, the guardians or heads take this person, then throw into the heads, Maha great heads. Why? Okay. In this case, we need to explain about this 5 Devaduta, 5 Deva messengers. You know, when the person, okay, who can have this type of chance? Who can have this type of opportunity to go to the Yama camp? Who cannot have this type of opportunity to go to the Yama camp? You know, some people, they do kusala karma and akusala karma together, but they accumulate maybe some a little akusala karma. Then near that moment, they remember their akusala karma. Then they go to the head. At the time, you know, Yama investigates, showing these 5 messengers. Those who have accumulated a lot of akusala karma, then they have no chance to go to the Yama. They will surely fall into the Hades. Okay? What is the similes? There's a thief who steals others' property. Then police will catch him. Then when the police catch him, there's no property in his hand. At the time, they need to send this thief to the court to judge. Okay? After decision of the judge, maybe according to his karma, they were put him into the jail. But if police can catch him with the property, then there's no chance to go to the court, or maybe he can directly go to the jail. They were put into the jail. Okay, this is the commentary explanation. In the same way, those who have accumulated a lot of akusala karma, then there's no opportunity to go to hell, to accept the investigation of hell. They will surely go to hell without investigation. But those who accumulated a little akusala karma, they also maybe accumulated kusala karma. Okay, they do together. Then because of akusala karma, if they go into the hells, then they have this type of opportunity, okay, to investigate from the hell, the king or the yamas. Then what happens? Sam. When the king or Yama investigate him, did you reflect on the suffering of birds? Or maybe did you reflect on the suffering of birds in the human world? At the time, he can remember, I have reflected on the suffering of birds in the human world. When he remembered his kusala karma, this is also kusala karma, then he will not fall into the hell. He will reborn in the good ranks. Good rank means maybe he will reborn in the Deva ranks, or maybe some people he will also reborn in the human world again. Okay. Even though the king or Yama investigate by showing the first Devaduta, some they don't remember. Then the king or Yama continue to investigate, showing the second Devaduta. Did you remember the suffering of, or did you reflect on the suffering of agents in the human world? At that time, he remember, I have reflected on the suffering of agents in the human world. Then, as soon as he remember his kusala karma, he will be reborn in the Deva ranks, or maybe human ranks again. Even though the king or Yama asked maybe 2 Devadutas, then he didn't remember it, he hadn't remembered it. Then maybe the king or the Yama continue to ask the third Devaduta, Deva messengers. You know, the 6 persons, ill persons. Did you see the suffering or sickness in the human world? Then yes, I saw and I reflect on the suffering or sickness in the human world. Then when the king or Yama remind him, then he remember this kusala karma. When he remember this kusala karma, as soon as he remember his kusala karma, he escaped from the suffering of hell. He escaped from the hell. Then he reborn as human being or maybe Deva. Psalms, even though the king or Yama asked 3 kinds of Devaduta, he doesn't remember yet his kusala karma. Then the king or the Yama continue to ask the 4th Devaduta. What is the 4th Devaduta? Karana. Karana is the offenders or maybe prisoners. Okay? Offenders. Did you see the offender in the human world? Yes, I saw. Then did you reflect on the suffering or offenders? Offenders. At the time, okay, I reflect on the suffering or offenders. As soon as he remember his kusala karma, when the king or Yama reminds him, then he escaped from the hell. He is reborn as human being. Okay? He is reborn as Deva. Some person, even though the king or Yama reminded, saying 4 messengers, 4 Devadutas, they doesn't remember or they don't remember their kusala karma. Then the king or Yama continue to ask the 5th messengers. 5 Panchama Devaduta. What is Panchama Devaduta? Marana, only death persons. Okay? Did you reflect on the suffering or death in the human world? As soon as the king or Yama reminded him, then he remembered, I'm dead. Then he escaped from the hell. He is reborn as a human being or maybe a Deva. Okay? Then even though the king or Yama reminded him the 5 Devaduta, if he doesn't remember any kusala karma, then this person will surely go to the hell. Okay? But, sometimes if their akusala karma is very little, then they can remember their kusala karma again themselves. One man, when he was a human being, he also accumulated akusala karma in the human world. But one time he did puja to the Chetiya with his maybe clothes, no? Maybe he made puja to the Chetiya with maybe robe. Because of maybe his akusala karma, maybe when near death moment, the akusala karma appear in his near death moment. Then he nearly fall into the hell. When he hear the sound of the fire, then he remember his offerings. he remembered his offerings again. As soon as he remembered his kusala karma, then he escaped from the hell. Then he was reborn in the Deva rank. There are also one person. He has son bhikkhus. Son, S-O-N, son. Okay. His son is bhikkhus. Then one time he offered one robe to his sons. But he also accumulated akusala karma. Because of his akusala karma, maybe near death moment, one of his akusala karma appear in near death moments. Then he fall into the hell. At the time, maybe he heard the sound of the fire and the hell. Then he remembers his kusala karma again. Then as soon as he remembers his kusala karma, then he escaped from the hell. He reborn in the Deva ranks. He was reborn in the Deva ranks. If they can remember themselves, if they can remember their kusala karma themselves, then the king or Yama no need to remind them. Okay, they themselves remember their kusala karma again. If they cannot remember their kusala karma again, at the time the king or Yama reminded them. Some person, when the king or Yama remind, saying Patama Devaduta, first divine messengers, then they remember their kusala karma again. When they remember their kusala karma, then they escape from the hell, they reborn. Okay, they become a Deva or a human beings. Deva, especially Devas. They escape from the hell. Some people, even though the king or Yama remind them, they are showing the first Devaduta, they don't remember their kusala karma. Then the king or Yama continue to investigate, saying the second Devaduta. What is second Devaduta? It's old persons. Then they remember their kusala karma. At the time they escape from the hell, they are reborn in the Deva ranks and also human ranks. Some they don't, even though the king or Yama reminded them, showing two Devadutas, but they don't remember their kusala karma yet. At the time, the king or Yama continued to ask them the third Devaduta. Then they remember their kusala karma. Then they escape from the suffering. They escape from the hells. They are reborn in the Deva ranks or human ranks. Some, although the king or Yama reminded them, showing the three types of Devaduta, they haven't remembered yet their kusala karma. At the time, the king or Yama continued to ask, showing the fourth Devaduta. The Karana, Prisana, or maybe offenders. Then they remember their kusala karma. When they remember their kusala karma, they escape from the hell. They are reborn in the Deva ranks. Okay? They reborn as human. They reborn as a Deva. Some, although The king or Yama reminded them to remember their kusala karma by showing, you know, the 4 types of Devaduta. They didn't remember their kusala karma. At the time, the king or Yama continued to ask them, showing the last Devaduta. The last Devaduta is dead persons. Then, when the king or Yama investigates, then by showing the 5th Devaduta, then they remember their kusala karma. As soon as they remember their kusala karma, they escape from the earth. Then they reborn as human being or a Deva. Then, even though Yama investigate by showing 5 Devaduta, if they don't remember their kusala karma, at the time what the king, what does the king or Yama continue to do? Continue to do. Then he investigates. Okay, he considered whether he share his merit to me or not. You know, when he was a human being, maybe he may also accumulate his kusala karma. At the time, after doing kusala karma, many people share their merits. At the time, whether he share his merit to me or not, he consider. If the people shared his merit to him, then he reminds, oh, here, one man, maybe Majidi and Bujadwa. Majidi and Bujadwa. One man, when he was a human being, then he do puja in the Mahajitiya with the maybe garlands, flower garlands. After that, he also share his merit to the king or Yamas. But he also accumulate a lot of akusala karma. Maybe when the near death moment, his akusala karma appear. Because of his akusala karma, maybe he fall into the head. At the time, maybe because of he also accumulated kusala karma, that's why maybe he had chance to go to the king or Yamas to check whether he have some kusala karma or not, etc. Very interesting and very strange. Understand? Then at the time Yama says, when you were a human being, you have accumulated, you did puja to the Mahajitiya with flower garland. After doing so, you shared your merit to me. Then he remembered his kusala karma again. Then he escaped from the hell. Then he reborn ex Deva in the Deva ranks. Even though he consider the king or Yama consider whether he has merit or not, whether he accumulated kusala or not in the human ranks, then if he cannot see any kusala karma, then the king or Yama keep quiet. Then this being will experience the suffering of, will experience the suffering of hell according to his akusala karma. He keep quiet. When he keep quiet, maybe according to his karma, maybe he fall into the hell. investigation. There are a lot of investigation in the Pali, but I only just explain in brief. Okay, actually in this sutta, the Buddha described the suffering of the hairs. Okay. Among these health, okay, you know what is the great health? What is the great health? Great health. What is this? Avijji. Huh? What is the great health? Avijji. Avijji is the Mahanirya. We call Mahanirya great health. What is the meaning of Avijji? Vijji is G-A-P, gap. R-S, no gap. What is no gap? You know, there's no gap. Okay, in this head, you know the 100 yojana. 100 yojana, maybe we call yojana. Yojana is maybe 12 miles. Okay, one yojana has 12 miles. Sunset, one yojana has 8 miles. So Avijji has 1,200 miles square. Avijji has 1,200 miles square. In this head, you know, there's no guts with the fire. So there are full of fire in this head. Full of fire in this head. Okay, maybe difficult to translate. This one is one thing. Another one is there are full of beings in this head. Okay? There's no gap with the beings. You know, in ancient time, maybe at the time of the King Mendo, one famous Sayadaw, maybe he is maybe Tengaza Sayadaw, we call Tengaza Sayadaw. Tengaza Sayadaw have 2 devotees, maybe minister and his wife. Then they come to his monastery. That day, what is the meaning of Avijji? Oh, there's no gaps with the beings. Then, even though we accumulate a lot of wholesome karma, then we cannot fall into the Avijji. Why? There's no place for us. Avijji means no gaps with the beings. You know, there are full of beings in this Avijji head. Then there's no place for us. Then we will never fall into the full Avijji head. They answer like this. Then, you know, the Tengaza Sayadaw, he also, you know, but Avijji is not like this, no? Avijji is not like this. Even though full of beings in this awisi have, there is a place for you. Not for, you know, there is a place for those who accumulated akusala karma, like Devadutasutta, you know, like Devadutasutta. Maybe they describe the awisi has. So no, here is the cup. We will put the seeds of sesame in the cup. In the same way, the full of sesame in the cup. In the same way, there are full of being in this head. That if you want to put another sesame in the cup, maybe they still have the space for the sesame seeds. So don't worry. If you accumulate the akusala karma, then there's a place for you in the awisi head. Especially, you know, the 5 heavy karma, weighty karma. Madhukataka, killing the own mother. Pidukataka karma, the killing the own father. Arahanta Karaka, killing the Arahanta. Maybe they also translate suicide, maricide. Okay? Then doing the schism in the Sangha Piraka, then making the blood come out from the Buddha. This one we call Lohido Baraka. And also accusing of the holy persons, noble person. Oh, for those, there's a place in this awisi heads. Okay? That's why. Okay, this one I explain only the meaning of awisi. Then another one is, you know, there are full of suffering in this awisi head. Full of suffering in this head. There's no gap with the sufferings. That's why awiji. Okay, there are 3 types of explanation. One is there's no gap with the fires, the flame of fires. Another one is there's no gap with the beings. Then another one is there's no gap with the sufferings in this head. Because of these 3 reasons, this head is called awisi hell. Mahaniriya, great hell. Venerable Devadutasutta also fell into this awisi hell. Now he is still in this hell. Here, maybe they describe the suffering of Venerable Devadutasutta in this commentary. Okay? Okay, then now you are a human being. You will also accumulate kusala karma and akusala karmas. So, if you don't realize nibbana yet, you may also fall into the hells. At the time, when the king or Yama check, investigate you, At the time, if you cannot answer, if you cannot remember any kusala karma, then you cannot escape from the hell. You will fall into the hell. That's why now you have chance to reflect on the suffering of birth. You still have time to reflect on the suffering of aging. Okay? You can reflect on the suffering of sickness. You can reflect on the suffering of offenders. You can also reflect on the suffering of death. Then, when you reflect on these 5 messengers, Deva messengers, then you have opportunity to escape from the hell. Then the king of Yama wish. Okay, we also need to explain that maybe the king of Yama, maybe many questions will come. Okay, the king of Yama. Here, according to the commentary explanation, the king of Yama is, Vimanika Peda Rasa. Vimanika Peda Rasa, the king of the Vimanika ghost. Vimanika, the Vimanika Peda meal, they were reborn as ghosts, Peda. But maybe because of kusala karma, maybe they was reborn as maybe like Deva, not real Peda. But because of they accumulated, the black karma and white karma, both kusala karma and akusala karma together. But near that moment, white karma, kusala karma appear in the near that moment. Because of this kusala karma, they reborn as maybe tihetuka persons, maybe like they works. But in the body moment, because of their akusala karma, sometimes they also experience sufferings. Sometimes, maybe night time, they experience sufferings. The result of their akusala karma. Daytime, they enjoy with the sensual pleasure. Okay? They can also enjoy with the pleasure because of their kusala karma. So both sometimes experience suffering, sometimes experience pleasure. So this is the king of Yamas. There are also 4 types of, 4, not only one. The king of Yama is not only one. There are 4 persons, 4 king of Yamas. In this Awizi hell. Okay, then maybe we need to describe the Awizi hells. 1,200 square miles in this Awizi hell. In each site, there is one gate. One gate in the west, one gate in the east, one gate in the north, one gate in the south. Then, in each gate there is one Yama. Okay? In each gate there is one Yama. So altogether 4 kinds of 4 Yama, the king of Yamas. Then when a person who fall into the hell, then if the guardian of the head sent to this king or Yama, then he investigates this person. Okay, the guardian of head sent this person to another Yama, then he investigates this person. In this way. Okay, this is the king or Yamas. Okay, and then after that, okay, this one maybe the question also will come later. That's why I would like to conclude this sutta. Okay, in this sutta, especially Buddha mentioned about the suffering of heads. There was one bhikkhu. He studied the Priyati, Buddha's teachings. At the time, he studied this sutta from his teachers. After studying this sutta, what did he do? He stopped his Priyati learning. Then he asked his teacher, Bhante, please teach me meditation, how to practice. Then his teacher teach meditation, how to practice. Then he practiced meditation. Then he became Sotapanna. After he became Sotapanna, then he continued to learn Priyati. He understands he will never fall into the head. You know, in this way, not only this bhikkhu, there are also a lot of bhikkhu who are studying this Devadutasutta. When they study this Devadutasutta, then they stop their Priyati. They are learning Priyati. Then they practice meditation diligently. Then they become Arahanta. There are uncountable persons. Okay, there are many bhikkhus. There are countless bhikkhus who become Arahanta after studying of this sutta. Then Sabha Buddha Ninyitan Sutta Avisita Mewa Hoti. All Buddhas taught this sutta. They will never forget this sutta to explain. This sutta is also very important. Then after that, you know, this being, according to his karma, he experienced suffering in the head. This Yama can see their sufferings. At that time, he had aspirations. I want to reborn as a human being. I want to be reborn as a human being. After that, I also want to meet with the Buddha in this human world. Okay? You know, the one wish. If I become a human being, it will be great. This is his intention. His intention. Number one intention. After that, Tathagata Loke Upesiya Arahan Samasambuddho. When I reborn as a human being, if the Buddha appear in the world, it will be great. This is his second intention. After that, Tenja Bhagavandam Pariyupadeyan. You know? What is his third intention? When the Buddha appears in the world, it would be great if the Buddha, or if I can approach the Buddha. You know, there are a lot of people in the world. Even though they meet the Buddha, they don't approach the Buddha. Okay? They ignore our Buddha. You know, at the time of the Buddha also there are a lot of people, but because of their wrong view, they don't want to associate with the Buddha. Okay? They don't want to approach our Buddha. If he began a human being like this type of person, then there's no chance to escape from suffering, to lessen the Dhamma. So his post was Tosa me Bhagavad Dhammantitiyan. When I approach the Buddha, if the Buddha preached the Dhamma to me, it would be great. This is his intention. This is his inspiration. You know, even though they meet with the Buddha, some maybe they approach the Buddha, but they don't want to listen the Dhamma from the Buddha. They don't want to listen to the Dhamma from the Buddha. But Yama, when he can approach the Buddha, he wants to listen the Dhamma from the Buddha. This is his intentions. Then another one. Tasasaham Bhagavato Dhamma Acharniyan. When I can listen to the Dhamma from the Buddha, if I can realize the Buddha's Dhamma, it would be great. This is his last intention. Do you have this type of intention? Even Yama can also want to reborn as a human being. Now you are a human being. Okay? After that, they also want to meet the Buddha's dispensation. Even though you are a human being, if there is no the Buddha dispensation, then there's no meaning. Do you understand? There's no meaning. Okay, was born as a human being, then will become adult, you are married, you will enjoy with the sensual pleasure, then you will die. There's no meaning. Even though there's the Buddha's dispensation, this is the procedure. This is the procedure of human life. But you know, the king of the Yama wish to meet the Buddha. Also, when he meet with the Buddha, he want to listen the Dhamma from the Buddha. After that, he also want to realize his Dhamma. He want to know his Dhamma. Okay, do you have this type of intention? Do you want to know the Buddha's Dhamma? Do you want to realize Nibbana? Okay, maybe you was Ayama before. Because of your wish, now you become a human being. Okay? Then, after that, you also meet with the Buddha dispensation. Then you can also listen to the Dhamma from the Buddhas. After that, only one thing, you should try to realize the Buddha's Dhamma. Then, you will fulfill your wish. Okay? Okay, by practicing in this way, may you may you be free from suffering. Sadita Deva Dutehi Yevamezandi Manawa Dedigaratan Dosandi Hina Kayubaganara Deva Dutehi Ngevuna Dekarane Uzwaton Name Itamanudi Sadita Taitun Nuzo Abagolaye Ye Manawa Agenda Dawarudi Pamezandi Kudo Hunai Milio Nija Devoi Denara Toda Dawarudi Hina Kayubaga Yunyanto Koi Pieto Kayajabu Pive Hina Kayubaga Yunyanto Ape Koi Pieto Kayajabu Pive Tigaratan Ninyan Tandra Shijato Kalapalo Tosandi Soye Uswe Mujwe Jaya Devoi Iti Ido Bhagawa Bundo Chopa Tekempiashinga Devadutasutta Devadutasutta Awasa Kangswa Metri Home Dom Eva Vedadi. Okay, so the brief explanation of Devadutasutta is finished. So, do you have any question?
It's a very interesting Dhammatalk which we never heard about before. Then, exactly after that, we have to make dedication every day to the Yama in case we are in the hell that Yama will remember our dedication, that we will keep our next time. Another thing is, can you talk about how Devadatta was suffering in the hell? And also the Yama also has the suffering, the same suffering in the hell?
No. Maybe sometimes he also in the hell. Sometimes he may feel the heat of fire. Because of maybe the Yama. Okay, Yama was born as Vimandika Peda. Vimandika Peda means as Yama. Was born as Yama because of his Kusala Karma. But actually, because of his Akusala Karma, maybe he need to walk in the hells. You know? Then, Kusala Karma and Akusala Karma produce maybe it result. So, sometimes he also experience happiness. Sometimes he also experience sufferings. This type of being is called Vimandika Peda. Actually, but according to his commentary explanation, they can also realize the Dhamma. For example, if they can listen to the Dhamma from the Buddha, then they can realize Nibbana. They can also attain Magga Phala Nibbana. When they realize Nibbana, at the time they will never experience sufferings. They will only experience happiness. But maybe as long as their lifespan still remains, they need to walk in the hell. This is the explanation of Yama.
You mean that even in the hell, the Yama also can attain Magga and Phala?
Yes, for this type of being, not for hell beings. For this type of beings, not for hell beings. He is not hell beings. He was born as Yama because of kusala karma. So kusala karma produced to be reborn as Yama, king or Yama, not like Habiyans. Habiyan, okay, Habiyan was Habiyans were produced by their previous akusala karma, but Yama king was produced by his kusala karma. You know, this is why he is Tihetuka person. He also have chance to realize Nibbana, to attain Magaphala. Okay. Then another one, you know, Nirya Pala. Nirya Pala means guardians or heads. Another person, they also walk together in the heads. Walker in the heads. Maybe step in the heads. Actually, they also have this type of chant. Maybe also the same person, only maybe level is different with the Yama king. Okay? Then warden of heads. The wardens of heads. Yeah. Do you have any question? Okay, you know, Imapana Devadutasutta Yogan, Kaw Lin, Kaw Lin. Imapana Devadutasutta Yogan, Kaw Lin, Kaw Lin. Who can have the opportunity, the investigation of Yama king. Who cannot have the opportunity, the investigation of Yama head? You know? Yena tawa pohumba bangatan so gandawa nirye nibadati yewa. For example, in Ahimian wars, those who accumulated a lot of akusala karma, then they will surely fall into the heads. They has no opportunity, the investigation of the Yama king. Yena pana pradam baba kamankatan so lagati. Those who accumulated a little akusala karma, they have the opportunity from the investigation of Yama kings. Okay, this is the explanation. What does it mean?
What is a person's feeling? What kind of feeling is he when he is being emancipated? What kind of feeling is it?
What types of being? Okay, now you are happiness. Okay, for example, I am Yama king. Then what happened? Okay, divide into two groups. What's group? Okay, maybe you can divide between Shali and the group. Then one group accumulated a lot of akusala karma. Then I will never investigate them, go into the head directly. You know, but this group have accumulated a lot of akusala karma. They also do kusala karma. But when the near-death moment, maybe akusala karma appear in the near-death mind moment. Because of this reason, maybe they fall into the health. Health lifespan is not permanent. You know, according to your akusala karma, it may be long and it may be short. Maybe because of akusala karma, you fall into the health. But because of his relative akusala karma, maybe he has chance. Okay, and with the investigation of Yama king. Then Yama king investigate this being. When the Yama king reminded him to remember his kusala karma, okay, that he had accumulated in the human world, then he remembered his kusala karma. Then as soon as he remembered his kusala karma, he escaped from the hell. His hell life finished. Then he reborn as a human being or maybe as Deva. Okay, the two groups. Okay, in which group do you want to join?
Sayadaw, how about the Queen Malika? Sayadaw, she do make a lot of punya, but she still in the hell for 7 days. But no one have Queen Malika.
Yes, Queen Malika, because of maybe he had a lot of kusala karma, but she remember his akusala karma at the time, at the near that moment. That's why he fall into the awizi hair for 7 days. Okay. Also, this akusala karma also very big akusala karma actually. That's why he fall into the awizi hair for 7 days. She didn't have this opportunity investigation from the Yama camps. Maybe some may have, some may not have, but maybe 7 days. His or her akusala karma will produce and we see her for 7 days. That's why he need to pray for 7 days. The king? Asadatatu? Yes. Awizi, but not really awizi, the how to call major awizi, minor awizi, not major awizi. There are also a lot of hair, the branches of the awizi hair. Okay, not only powder branches, there are also a lot of branches in the awizi hair. One is Loha Kombi hair. This is the branch, a branch of awizi hair. Maybe he is in the Loha Kombi hair. This is a branch of awizi hair. Okay, the Siali as the suffering or Devadatta. Maybe my English may not enough to translate. What is the Avijji fact? You know, already explained, no? Maybe about 1,200 miles square. Pratimaya Bhetiya Esi Otita Pechiman Bheten Getoa Dan Wini Wijetua Prado Yojana Zatan Gesati. You know, here, this one is the east wall. This east wall also, the fire come out from this east wall. It reached up to this west wall. The fire come out from this west wall. This the flame of the fire reach up to the east wall. Okay, the fire come out from the north wall. Okay, the fire reach up to the south wall. Also, the fire come out from the south wall. Okay, the fire reach up to the east wall. Or in the same way, the fire come out from the ground. It reach up to the roof. Then the fire come out from the roof. Then the fire reach up to the ground. Also full of fires. There's no gap with the fire. Okay? This is the Avijji's head. All are made by the iron. Then Venerable Devadatta Sanan Jalana Meji Nibado. Now he is between these 6 fires, the flames of fires. Tata Yojana Tata Pamano Ada Bhavo. You know, his body is 100 yojana. 1,000. Okay, about 1,000. Oh, sorry, yojana tata. Yojana tata pamano. 100,000. Sorry. 100 yojana big. His body is very big in the head. Okay, did you see? Okay, when you check the head, please check the Devadatta. Dvipara Yawa Babaka Loha Patawin Pavita has 2 legs, you know, sink into the ground. He cannot move his legs, his feet. Up to the ancestors. Dvihada Yawa Manipanda Loha Pedi or Pavika, you know, has 2 hands like this. One hand is in this inside the wall. One hand is inside the wall. Inside the wall. Sisan Yawa Bamukati do Loha Serene Pawaitan. his hand up to eyeball inside the roof, like this, no? Then he cannot move. Adoba kena ekan loha tulang putih doa kaya wini wisnan. Pasina begi do negida tulang hatian wini wiset doa. Pesima pete kawitan, you know, maybe one iron, maybe how to call this one, blind. Shoot from this wall and also in the behind walls and from wall and behind wall. Then he cannot move. In the same way, there's also one iron. Okay, switch his body from this wall to this wall. Then he cannot move anymore. Why he feel this sufferings? Nextly, Tathagatami Apradata, next Lowa Hogwa Pisati, Kamasre Kako Edito Chato. He offended, he committed unshakable Buddha. Okay, he committed to unshakable Buddha. Then he also experienced unshakable sufferings. Unshakable, no? Unshakable suffering. This is the same result. He experienced the same result of his karma. Okay, this is the suffering of Devadutasutta, explained by commentary. Okay, is there any question?
But then in this sutta, it's also mentioned that the health worker, they open the mouth of the health being, they pouring some hot, like water or something. So the question is, the health worker, they are doing that things is kusala or akusala karma. Because the Yamakin, he doing good things, he remind other people kusala.
Yamakin is very kind. Yamakin is very kind. But the worker too, according to maybe the happiness karma. That's why San said, this must be the robot, like a being, but actually not real beings. Real being, because this being according to their happiness karma. They say like this. Actually not like this. They also actually reborn as hair worker, maybe guardians or hairs, according to their karma. Maybe their karma mixed together, black karma and white karma. Sometimes they also experience happiness, sometimes they also experience sufferings. But when they do their work, how do you think their mind? For example, you are police. According to your duty, when you catch the thief, what will you do? When you catch the robber, when you can catch the thief, then what will you do? Okay, you will get the punishment to the thief. In the same way, now happy appear in the hair. according to their karma. Actually, I don't want to get punishment to you, but because of your karma, I must do. Please allow me to do this. Then maybe they do this. Okay. Also, maybe they may have some kindness. Sometimes they may also have maybe akusala mind. Maybe they also accumulate kusala and akusala together according to their situation. Actually, they also reborn as the guardian of health because of kusala and akusala. You know, there are also human beings. Some human beings only we can call as a human being. Actually, they have no food to eat. There's no food to eat. Then they walk the whole day. Actually, they were reborn as a human being because of their previous karma. But they also accumulate their akusala karma in the past. That's why, because of akusala karma, they also experience a lot of suffering in the human life. In the same way, the guardian of hair, the wardens for hair, also maybe some may experience suffering, some may experience, sometimes may experience happiness. But when they give the punishment to the happiness, maybe some may have a wise attention, some may not have wise attention. According to their wise attention and unwise attention, okay, they will accumulate kusala or akusala.
But they are also thinking that they can also achieve Mandalay.
Who? Yes. Actually, they reborn as Devaduta person. They were reborn as Devaduta person, so they can also have opportunity to realize Megapala Nibbana, like Yamaken.
His father is a heavy karma. Therefore, he just reborn in a branch hell, not a main hell. Is that because of any relation because he listened to the Dhammatalk from Buddha?
Can you explain what she is?
She wants to know, Sayadaw, that Advance did a big crime, killing his father. But he was born only in a branch, not in main Avicii health. So why was he able to be born in only branch health and why not main health? Because he did a big crime. And was this because he listened to the Buddha's?
He listened to the Buddha's Samanya Sutta. After listening to the Samanya Sutta, he also accumulated a lot of kusala. Maybe because of his accumulation of the kusala karma, then maybe his akusala karma, witty karma cannot produce for the main health, the witty health. Only maybe can also prevent. This kusala karma also can prevent not to produce into the witty health.
So if someone is mother or father, or however he offends one of the five heavy karma, is that as long as he listens to Dhammatalk, then he will escape from not to be born.
After committing this type of heavy karmas, sometimes because of maybe others' admonishment or maybe because of his knowledge, he know, oh, I have already committed this heavy karma, so I will surely fall into the hell. Then, as long as he can, as far as he can, if he accumulates kusala karma in the future, okay, he accumulates a lot of kusala karma. He also maybe do generosity. She also take the precepts. She also maybe they also practice meditation, etc. Then this karma can reduce his akusala karma. Okay? So maybe because of this kusala karma, maybe his destination may change. Maybe he will born with the branch head, maybe Loha Kombi head, like the Ajata, not in the main Oviji head. This is also possible. For example, one maybe person, he committed one misconduct. For example, he killed human being. Because of this reason, the police catch him in the police put in the jail. After that, maybe he realized, oh, I need to accumulate kusala karma as far as I can. Then he do generosity. He also take the precept. He also meditate. He also help other people, etc. He accumulated. This karma also, can reduce his akusala karma, not to produce fully. For example, now you will experience sense sufferings. At the time you practice, maybe Buddha knows to develop the recollection of the Buddha. Sometimes you may experience others, maybe anger. At the time you develop love and kindness. Because of your love and kindness, other people will reply you kindly. Why? Actually you experience this suffering because of your akusala karma, but because of your kusala karma also, then you will experience only maybe a little sufferings. You can also experience good experience because of your love and kindness, because of your development of Buddha Nosti, etc.
I was thinking of where all the sources come from about the commentary on the hell, like how Devadutasutta was punished and all these things. How can they get all the sources? If the people have the psychic power to go to the hell and see? Because this is all not the Buddha power, right? The Buddha also passed away and this happened.
No, you can check yourself. Now you report your meditations. I also hear sometimes. So maybe you may have ability to check in the head. Then you check. But we only know about because of the commentary explanation. Commentary explanation. They also maybe they may know this the suffering of Venerable Devadutasutta. That's when they describe. This is the source. If you don't believe, okay, you can test. You can test, okay, I will go to the Oviji head. Whether I can meet with the Yamaken or not. Okay? Do you have any questions? Okay, if there's no question, we will stop our Dhamma discussion. Okay? Repeat after me. We will share our merit to all beings, including Yamakin. Idame Punya Asawakaya Vahan Hotu Idame Punya Nibbānasa Pacayo Hotu Mama Punya Bhagam Sabha Sadanam Bhajemi Mama Punya Bhagam Sabha Sadanam Yama Rajena Sate Bhajemi Te Sabe Me Sama Punya Bhagam Labandu Sa